So Rob, what should first-time Marketo users be thinking about after they've bought their instance? What are the first couple of things they should do?
Look, Mike, I mean, Marketo is an incredibly sexy platform. If you look at it, you've got your CRM there, and then you've got the marketing automation piece. And Marketo, as probably the leader in its space as a pure play marketing automation platform, is an incredibly sexy platform. You sold the dream, but I think the reality is very different from most companies. And I think that the reality is also that most companies fail in marketing automation. Doesn't matter what platform, whether it's Marketo or another platform. And I think the key thing that I would say is think about your strategy. Forget the tech, okay? Most of the platforms sell you the same dream. And Marketo's no different. They all sell you can do this, you can do that, you can transform your business. But if you don't have a strategy, then you're gonna get lost in the tech. You're gonna get lost in the bells and whistles. And I think that's a really important point. Think about your strategy before you start to implement. And once you've defined that, what can this technology do for our business, whatever business you're in? I think that's the key thing. We want to change this. We want to automate our onboarding. We want to have, legal and compliance know every time somebody looks at our privacy policy. We want to,
it's a great use case.
Yeah,
the privacy
absolutely. And it's not just about marketing. It's how can this transform our whole business? Once you've defined that and you've got your teams aligned, then get into the tech. I think the problem is, Mike, that a lot of companies, they're sold on the dream, and 3 years later they end up with a very expensive EDM tool. They could be using MailChimp for $13 a month, and I think the one thing I would say is don't think about EDMs, because there's a solution for that. MailChimp or eWeber or whatever, you've got great tools for that. A platform like Marketo will do all that for you, but it's so much more powerful than that. And so eliminate that conversation around we can send a batch email, we can do that. Think about what you can trigger off. Start looking at Marketo's list that long of triggers, whether it's a NPS score, whether it's a third time visit to the website this week. What do you want to trigger? What do you want to tell your sales team? And I think the key is, when to pick up the phone. When do you want your sales team to pick up the phone? Okay, because somebody's just done this or that or that.
Yeah.
If you start thinking about that, I think it changes the conversation around what you can do with marketing on